Joe, I'm actually flying this airship, quote, blimp, end quote, and I've never had a day's instruction in my life. What, is it always this easy?
It sure is. Today's conditions are just about ideal. We've got a real nice overcast here that makes it smoother than normal. But this is it. That's about as complicated as a machine gets. It's very simple. It's very much to comparing it to an old Model T or something on that order. It's got so little on it as far as mechanical things and hydraulics and all that. There are no hydraulics, nothing electrical. All it is stainless steel cables, just like the old days.
Do you see a future for blimp travel?
Yes and no. Yes, in the attitudes that the people are taking now on fuel conservation and lifting heavy bodies and all that, there is a need for an airship like that. As far as flying passengers, I don't think many people are too thrilled about going around the sky here at 35 miles an hour, of which what we're doing today. It's fun, but most people are in too much of a hurry.
A lot of shippers have envisioned large, giant blimps, maybe 4 times the size of this one, to use for shipments in which speed is not of the essence. Do you really think that we'll see that?
I think it's possible. Of course, a lot of them are envisioning 100, 200, 300 knots of airspeed, which I can't see would happen. I would say 50 knots would be a more practical aspect of as far as airspeeds go. But for carrying heavy tonnage and large cargo, it's quite possible. Now, it wouldn't be exactly like some of the books I've written up saying that you wouldn't need an airport. You would need a large clearing. Whether it's an airport or not, you would have to have a large open space to put this thing down.
Basically, what's the difference between a blimp and a Zeppelin and a dirigible?
Okay, a dirigible is an aircraft that gets its lift from gas. It is propelled with engines, of which this falls into that class. A Zeppelin is the old German nomenclature for a dirigible, and blimp is American word that they've learned to accept. It was a colloquialism that has become the name of these things. And they're all airships because they were ships of the sky at one time.
Doesn't the rigidity of the frame enter into it?
Well, no, there's just rigid and non-rigid dirigibles, and blimps are non-rigid dirigibles. So by the time you try to spit out non-rigid dirigible, it all runs in together and it sounds wild, but that's how it is.
Better to say blimp.
Right, that's easier, blimp.